What's up, boys? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be doing the NHL Stanley Cup Playoffs Bracket Challenge right here. As you can see in the screen, we've got the North Division, East Division, West Division, and Central Divisions. And we're going to be predicting all of the games leading up to the Stanley Cup champion, which I hope will be my Carolina Hurricanes. Let's get right into it. We'll start with the North Division. In the top left here, Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens in the 1-4 matchup. I'd like Toronto here to move on. I think excuse me, did I say Montreal? I think I meant to say Toronto. I think I like Toronto to move on here. The star power is just fairly heavily outweighed for Montreal. I do like Montreal's goaltending, but I don't think it'll be able to withstand the Toronto team. Give me Toronto. And let's go with 5 games here. Oh, actually, make that 6. Make that 6. Toronto and 6. I think goaltending will be able to give Montreal a couple games there. All right, Edmonton versus Winnipeg Jets here. Oilers have Connor McDavid, the best player in the NHL. Winnipeg, I don't know. There's just more. Winnipeg plays like a better team, if I had to say so. But Draisaitl and Connor McDavid, I like that duo is going to be really deadly in the playoffs. I think they'll be able to move on there. Give me Edmonton in 7 games there. I think we'll go down here to the West for the next matchups here. The Colorado Avalanche versus the St. Louis Blues. Give me Colorado in this matchup. I'm going to go with Colorado in 5 games. As good of a team as the Blues have been, they are starting to have that regression period after their Stanley Cup win a couple of years back. So I think Colorado will be able to win this. Colorado won the President's Trophy, and I think they'll win that one there. West, the Vegas Golden Knights against the Minnesota Wild. I like the Golden Knights to advance here, probably just in 5 games, honestly. I think it's pretty clear that the best 2 teams in the West are Colorado and Las Vegas, and I think they won't have much of an issue moving past their first round matchup there, so I think that is a fair place to go with that. Eastern Division, Pittsburgh versus the New York Islanders. Sidney Crosby, still a great player, not what he used to be though. The Islanders, I don't know, man. I think they're a sneaky team that could be good in the playoffs. Leads me to think that's going to be a very close series. And honestly, why do this if you're not going to do a couple of upsets? Give me the New York Islanders in 7 games in that series. That would be a good one to watch. I really do think New York is better than a 4 seed in this. I do think Pittsburgh is the most overrated 1 seed by far. Right here, Washington Capitals against the Boston Bruins. This is a matchup that we should all be looking forward to here. Although most of their stars are getting on the older side of things, still a lot of talent on both these rosters, and both these teams have been very prolific for the past decade. So in this matchup, it's interesting. It just seems like Boston doesn't lose in playoff series outside of like the Stanley Cup Finals, and Washington has been prone to losing in the first round lately. I am going to go Boston here. I'm going to go Boston in 7 games, honestly. I think this East Division could be very interesting to watch as far as upsets and stuff like that go. And on to the Central Division. We got the Carolina Hurricanes versus the Nashville Predators. Predators have been one of the hotter teams coming down the stretch of the season. But I think Carolina is just pretty much better at every way in their lineup and even coaching, in my opinion. So I think Carolina will be able to win this game. I do think Nashville's hot streak will be able to extend this series longer than you might think. So I'm going to go with Carolina in 6 games there. Florida Panthers versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. Very interesting series here as well. Carolina, Florida, and Tampa have all been kind of jumbled up at the top of the Eastern Division. Carolina started to pull away a little bit at the end, but Florida has been probably the surprise team of the season, if you ask me. And Tampa, obviously last year's Stanley Cup champions. I do think Tampa wins this series just because the playoff experience that they have. I think it'd be another good series. I think it goes 6 games there in favor of Tampa. Now moving back up to the North Division, we have Toronto versus Edmonton in the second round. And here, I'm going to go Toronto. I like the way Toronto's been playing. I don't think goaltending will be enough to get them to the finals or anything like that, but spoiler alert. But I do think that Toronto will be able to pull that one out and advance their way to the Final Four. So there it is. Western Division here, Colorado and Vegas. This could be an insane series here. This could be very, very entertaining. I don't know what to go with. Colorado and Vegas are two of the top, probably 4 teams in the NHL here, having to play in the Western Division semis and the Western Division finals. So it's unfortunate, but I'm gonna go with. This is rough. This is a rough decision here. I'm gonna go Vegas. I'm gonna go Vegas, just barely pulling out the series in 7 games there. Toronto, I think that series will go 6. But yeah, Vegas, I think in 7 is able to pull it out, man. I'd like to just barely over Colorado. In the Eastern Division, New York versus Boston, 2 teams probably not expected to be here, but I think Boston will be able to win this and advance to the Final Four there. Boston Bruins, and in the Central Division, the Carolina Hurricanes and the Tampa Bay Lightning. It just feels like a different year for the Hurricanes, man. People knew their forward group was very good and their defensemen were very good. People didn't expect this level of play from the goaltending, especially with the rise of Alex Nedeljkovic. That helps a lot. I think it just seems like Carolina's ready. So I think I'm going to go with that there. And time to pick the Stanley Cup champion here. We have Vegas versus Boston in the 1 versus 4 seed matchup. So I'm going to go with Vegas here. I think they will be able to advance to the Stanley Cup Finals. And who will they face? I think they'll face the Carolina Hurricanes, who will be able to surpass the Toronto Maple Leafs. In my opinion, for the lackluster-ish goaltending of Toronto, I think Carolina will be able to pull that one out. Vegas, I think this series probably goes about 6 games. I don't think the aging players for Boston won't be able to withstand that series there. I think Colorado and Toronto, this also goes 6 games. And here in the Stanley Cup Final for the 2021 season, we have the Vegas Golden Knights and the Carolina Hurricanes. I love being I don't like being biased, obviously, and I know you guys can call me biased as much as you want, but the truth of the matter is that these are probably the 2 top teams in the NHL. If you want to throw the Colorado Avalanche in there as well, I think that'd be fair to say as well. But I think these 2 easily could be considered the top 2 teams in hockey, and this could go either way. I'm going to go with this being a 7-game series here, going just down to the wire. It'd be a very good matchup. But I think when you factor in the not only the coaching of Rod Brind'Amour, his experience in the Stanley Cup playoffs, I think we'll be able to prevail the Carolina Hurricanes to be the Stanley Cup champion in 2021. So that's it. That's my bracket, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know who you think is going to win the Stanley Cup. So make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.